Good evening, people. This is Blaps at Blaps Talk. This is Sunday. It's 6 o'clock. It's time for your show, people. Yes, you, the people, have your very own show each week on a Sunday, and it's called Blaps Talk. Better living and positive propaganda system, talking about real knowledge. It's your time to shine, people. So get in the chat room, and we'll talk about what's been happening this week. Anything that's going to happen later on, doesn't matter. We're going to talk about what's happening over here in the UK, what's happening over there, which is anything outside of the UK. We're going to talk about celebrity and community, what's happening in the community world and the celebrity world. And of course, at the end of the show, in nearly an hour's time, we're going to be talking about what sparks me off. That's why I get real passionate about some things that I dislike. So sit back, welcome. We're going to play my intro music now, as required. Public Enemy, Rebel Without a Pause. Believe it. Rebellion. Styling, you're the me. The lyrics, the lyrics, this time with the lyrics. They go with the power of the soul, the master sound. I made a year ago. This is radical, not a sabbatical. Yes, I made it a miracle. The party, your party. Evening, people, come in the chat room. Say hello. So, it's what we do every week. If you don't know what the show's about, it's a bit of a talk show. Soon I'll be having people that I'm interested in around the community come in the show, maybe Skype in, say hello, maybe even come to my studio and have a chat. So this is my makeshift studio. So yeah, we're on a budget. It's times of austerity. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about what's happening over here, first of all. Now, I've decided to talk about a subject which kind of gets on some people's nerves. When you mention this guy, immediately people have got feelings about this guy. Okay, let me just adjust this. People got feelings about this guy. They get angry, they get defensive, they like to give their 3 pennies worth about this guy, but everyone's got an opinion on him, and even if you don't give a damn about him, you can't ignore him. So this is Tommy Robinson. Yes, the former founder of the EDL, the English Defence League, which is defending against Islamic extremism and in our country, the UK, England. He fast became famous when a group of people came to Luton during the parade with the soldiers coming back, and there were demonstrators of Islamic origin, I would say, and a couple of people took a big disliking to what they were doing to the soldiers. They were disrespecting them as far as they were concerned. And so they decided to have get together a band of people, and it blew up all over the UK. But it also brought in the fringe right element, and they made it a bit more violent, and they made it a bit more sour, and the message was getting lost. So they disbanded. He left the EDL and disbanded. So recently, talking about 2018, he got arrested for contempt of court because he was giving out media. And his record's still going in the background. Let me stop it. He was giving out memorabilia. No, well, sorry. He was giving out a mess. He was at the court last year, covering, as far as he's concerned, he's a journalist, and he was covering a court case involving some people that were they were accused of running a underage sex gang, and he said they were a Muslim sex gang, and they were targeting underage children, like 12, 15 years old, and he pointed them out as they were going into court. So he got jailed for that, and got time for that, and was told, don't do that again. You can't film people going into court, whether they're absolutely guilty, absolutely innocent, you don't know. So until the court case is over, you can't report on them. You can't show them going to court. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to mention names. So you know, he took that on the chin and went about his business. But this year, a different gang was accused of running a sex whole thing in a town in Coventry, I think it was, or Cambridge, and there's 100-odd girls these guys are accused of. So once again, he was there they are, going to court, but this time the media had already released their names. So as far as Tommy was concerned, he was just free speeching on, and he was reporting on stuff that was already in the media. So when he did it, he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. But the judge decided, let's arrest him, and they had him shipped and shaped in about an hour after arrest, and he was in jail, proper jail, not in custody, jail, in like an hour and a half. He was in jail, you know, and then he got transferred and all kinds of stuff later on, and from a reasonably low priority Islamic jail, you know, where there's not many Islamic convicted felons, to one where there was the most amount of convicted Islamic felons, but he was then put into protective exchange, so inside the prison, and so was in solitary confinement for months. Okay, meanwhile, outside there were loads of people saying, get Tommy out, free speech. And every week on a Sunday, they were talking about him in speakers' corners. And, you know, there's a huge outcry all the way across the world. Even Tucker Carlson on Fox News was asking about Tommy Robinson. It's amazing. This guy's huge now all over the world because, you know, Trump likes to say things about Muslims that are painfully obviously not true, but likes to mix up the rhetoric and make you think twice about what you think you know. And Tucker Carlson's just following that up, basically, with their homeboy in the UK, because like we say in the UK, when America sniffles, we sneeze. They feel the same thing, that when we sniffle, they sneeze. So if it's going to happen over here, it's going to happen over there, because we've got the democracy going on. And we're the first people to talk about free speech, you see, well, proper free speech, and that's how they made their Declaration of Independence, you see. And number one on the list was free speech. Free speech. I can't speak, but you have free speech to mess up your words. Yeah, so that was it. Tommy's out now, so there's outrage on that, even though they haven't convicted him. They released him. The judge, another judge, looked at the case and threw it out. I said, no, this is a load of rubbish. It's against the law. You've gone against this guy's rights. Let him out of prison immediately. Meanwhile, he's lost 40 pounds or something like that because he's been eating nothing but tuna and fruit for the last few months while in solitary. Been totally abused by the prisoners that are there because they have to walk to the mosque past his cell. So they leave the window open so people can spit, throw feces into the door. And there you go. So what do you think about Tommy Robinson? Do you like the guy? Do you hate him? Tell me, people, what do you feel? I'm going to play a tune and then go to the comments section. So in the comments section, let me know exactly how you feel about Tommy Robinson. Let's get a few thoughts before we move on to what's happening over there. All right. Oh, where's my music gone? There it is. Okay, cool. Right. So enjoy. This is Jamiroquai, 7 Days in Sunny June. Welcome, everyone. You never seem to be in charge. Hello, Jim. How you doing? Aaron, how you doing, bro? Okay, just coming back from that little break with the music to give you time enough to gather your thoughts and let me know what you think about Tommy Robinson getting released. Okay, the whole debacle about putting him in jail in the first place has been overturned by a judge in the High Court, I suppose. And he's the original charge was it's against the court. What was it again? Yeah, it's against his contempt of court. He went for saying you know, he's reporting on a Muslim gang, a Muslim rape gang. He said they were a Muslim rape gang. I initially thought that it was hate speech because he was saying that this was a hate gang that were full of Muslims, or Muslims, a gang that was made by only by Muslims who do rape. So I thought it was hate speech, but then I found out it was contempt of court from another report he did last year in 2017 about a different rape gang. But this one was this year, about February or something. Then he got it was quite recent actually. It was about June or something, May, June, and then he got put in prison for that in like an hour and a half from being in court. The judge said put him in jail, contempt of court, 13 months, and now he's been released. So he's gone all over he's doing interviews with people all over the world. Okay, like Fox News have taken up his story. Fox News in America. And they're saying, yeah, he should have been released. His free speech was made up in the UK. So why has he been? What's he doing against the government over there? We love the government. We feel they're just like us, and that's why they're making a report on it. Because Tommy Robinson, they think, is part of the alt-right, which Trump doesn't seem to be able to condemn. Even on a good day, he doesn't seem to be able to condemn the alt-right. But they think Tom Robson is part of that, and so they want to find out why he's been suppressed and held down. So if no one wants to chat about that, we'll move on. That's all good. Everyone? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. If you will put comments in, I'll report it. That's cool. What's... Sorry. Okay, cool. All right, so when we're going to talk about things outside of the UK, we're talking about over there. And today we're talking about the Venezuelan government. Now, I have warned about this in previous BLAPPS TARK shows going back to 2014 when I was with a different media outlet, Tropical FM. And we were doing shows, I think it was about the 150th show or something, but we were doing a talk about Venezuela and how they've been looked at to be taken over. And I didn't really understand why America, big old America, would have a beef with Venezuela. And I was like, why does America always point out these little, like Syria and, you know, Libya and you know, places where they've got oil? And I was like, Venezuela, interesting. But their excuse, America, back then, was that the guy that Snowden had been extradited, was trying to be extradited, and he ran off to Russia. So he's chilling in Russia now. Russia have no extradition with America. They don't have to give up anyone. So he's chilling in Russia, and Russia are like, we'll keep a close eye on him. They're not doing anything. They're obviously watching him. They watch everyone. But they're keeping a close eye on him. But he's chilling in Russia. And they want him extradited so badly that when Snowden said, if Russia doesn't want me, I'll go to Venezuela because they haven't got extradition there. And they were like, Venezuela, if you let him in, we're friends and stuff, but if you let Snowden chill in your country, we will raise the tax on the flour industry. And I'm not talking about bread flour, I'm talking about flour. Flowers. And I was like, what? What would that do? But Venezuela's GDP goes up and down because of flour production. They're like 30% of the world's flowers come from Venezuela. I was like, what? I was like, that can't be the reason. But now I know the real reason. Venezuela and America's disgust with them has gone up and up since Trump has been in power. And why is Trump interested in Venezuela now? Because he needs somewhere to attack. He can't attack North Korea because they're too tough, they're too crazy. They might actually go to war probably. He can't attack Libya anymore because that's done. He can't attack Russia, obviously, because they're his friends, they're his brethren. So who's he going to try and raise a fight with to get his base on his side? Because he will distract you with anything away from the Russian inquiry, the porn stars he's paid off, the Playboy model that says he had a relationship while his wife was in labor and had a baby. They paid him off. About Cohen, his lawyer at the time was his top lawyer and fixer, is now being indicted, nearly indicted. He will flip anyone. He's got this investigation, and some of his top confidants, people that were in charge of his campaign to get elected, are now in court as we speak, being questioned on where they got their money from and who they gave money to on behalf of Trump and what they did for their own business. So it's going crazy. So anything Trump can do to distract you away from all that business, to just for a while, just so they can get through the primary elections which come up in November. They think they're going to lose half their seats to the Democrats because of Trump's utter nonsense. Now, I have this feeling that Venezuela is a weak target, and so Trump is going to say, yeah, we can't stand what they're doing over there. You know, forget about all the Mexican kids that haven't gone back to their parents. Forget about all that stuff I said about countries that are not as good as ours. Forget all that. Just concentrate on what Venezuela's doing. Oh, terrible dictator. We need to destabilize him. We need to overturn their government. Why? Why? You know why he'll get back in for this? Because Venezuela has got one of the largest oil deposits in the world. There is no cap to the amount of oil that is in Venezuela. The deposits seem to be that 35–40% of the world's oil supply is in Venezuela. Now, what do you think? Because Russia, Trump and Russia, everything to do with ExxonMobil to get was what's that? Rex Tillerson, head of ExxonMobil, became the Secretary of State and went to Russia straight away. Why? Because they want drilling rights in Siberia where they've found oil under the icebergs in Russia. They're in Russia. You see, in Russia, obviously. That was worth 500 billion. That's $500 billion. So they wanted that. And Trump, of course, would have got his cut. So therefore, they want to be nice in with Russia, want everyone in America to feel Russia's not. We should be getting along. It'll be World War III if we didn't. Oh, yeah. If they didn't like us, they'll definitely launch bombs immediately. True. So this is the amount of rubbish that is coming out of Trump's mouth these days. He will start a little mini war with Venezuela just so he can distract you away from his personal rubbish. This man is beyond repair. There is no worse or more dangerous person on the planet Earth right now than Donald Trump. He is a damn fool. And if now I'm gonna have to start getting careful. I'm gonna have to start getting careful calling Donald Trump a fool, because in the back of my head, because I'm a chess player. I don't know if you know. Look, hold on a sec. Look. Oh yeah, look. I'm a chess player. So got me magnetic chessboard right here because I'm always playing chess with people. So pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm always playing chess. So I'm always thinking 2-3 moves ahead. I'm thinking, okay, let's flip this story on the head. Trump is not an idiot. He's a genius, and everything he's doing is for grand purpose. What is that grand purpose? Okay, he's messing with Russia because Russia messed with the elections, which got him into power. He didn't want to be in power. He just wanted to get status in America so he could sell his stuff as a Trump person. I could have ran America if I wanted to, but I lost to Hillary, the crooked Hillary. And he really did. I've read the book by Michael Wolff, and The Fire and the Fury, I think it's called. And he was saying all the time that no one expected, at least of all Trump, that he would win the election. So stick with me. He's a genius because he now said to the FBI and the CIA, look, I don't want to be in this job as much as you don't want me to be in the job. So what I'm going to do is rage, make everyone think I'm an idiot, let Russia think I'm an idiot. They'll pally with me because they know I wanted to build stuff in Russia before. They will get me on their side. They will tell me all what they intend to do. I will pretend that I'm not in cahoots with them, and I'm going to mess up America so they think I'm in cahoots with them. I will then make sure you get all the information to stop them and let them tell me how they messed up the election in the first place. Because I don't want this job. I just don't want to go down in history as a damn fool. So when I eventually flip them, I want to be known as the biggest genius. Because when he was running for election, he was saying all this stuff. And it occurred to me, like, if I was a Democrat, I'd be like, well done, mate. That is what did you say on the bus? You want to grab women by the what? Wow, that is brilliant. You were going to make us win in the by-elections in a couple of years. And it just kept on coming. The lies, every day. About 3,000 lies he's told so far. 500 days in 550 odd days in power. And 3,000 odd lies. That's 6 lies per day, minimum. You know, so I'm like, wow, where's this guy stop? What's he doing it for? Doesn't he realize that someone from the White House says this, they issue a press release, and in an hour later he tweets that, which is totally opposite to that. So when they brought out the intelligence staff a couple of days ago, and said Russia's still at it, they're going to be at it, they're trying new tactics, they're trying to mess up our by-elections, this is what we're trying to do, this is how strong they are. 2 hours later, he's at some rally saying it's all a hoax, the Russian hoax. And that's his staff on the White House press release in front of all the media of the world saying that 2 hours before. And he's just saying, yeah, the Russian hoax continues. I'm like, okay, the FBI knows what Russia have got over him. He's being a genius. That's what's going on. I can't believe that someone is this stupid. It can't be that this guy is this stupid. No one could be this stupid. So I think it's a big, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I don't know, let me just watch. But don't let him get away with anything. Nah, hell no. Keep on him. Russia, Robert Mueller, keep the thumb on him right here, right on his head. Keep him down. So that was what's happening over there. Venezuela is getting poked by America. And Venezuela's like, what do you want with us? Yeah, we're in trouble. Yes, Nicolas Maduro has been attacking us, and the military's out of control. They're selling food to the people at exorbitant prices because of the economy I promoted. So they're doing that stuff illegal. The military's corrupt. The protests have seen protesters get murdered in the streets by the military, who are stamping down the authority. There's no control over anything. I'm getting rich and everyone knows it. I've caused all kind of manner of things, but what's it got to do with you, America? What do you need from us? We've got nothing to do with you. This is our problem. We'll sort it out. We've had problems in the past and we'll do it. Is this NATO trying to topple another leader like Gaddafi or Saddam Hussein? Is it? Because this looks very familiar. What was in Libya? Gold, oil. What was in Saddam Hussein? Was it? Can't remember. No, I forget. But what was there? What's Iran got to do with anything? What's the problem with attacking North Korea? Why don't you attack Russia? Why don't you attack these ones? Why do they always try to do topple and CIA goes in and tries to take over and put a person in charge like Assad, and Saddam Hussein, they put him in charge. Why are they putting these people? Oil, gold, power, control over the resources. This is America's MO. It's a modus operandi. This is what they do. So anyone in the chat room want to chat to me? I don't know how many people I've invited. There seem to be a few in the chat room now. But all right, Dave, mate. All right, geez, safe, Dave. Dave's out there. Aaron, Julie, that's cool. Everyone else? All right, Dave. Yeah. So tell me what you think. I like to talk, but it'd be great to talk to someone as well. What tunes have I got I can play, Dave? Any specific? You got anything you want to talk about in terms of music? It doesn't even have to be what we're talking about today. It could be anything. I've got opinions, just like everyone's got a butty, place. So let me know what you're thinking. I'm gonna find a tune. This would be cool. If you're not learning. It's corgis. I need your loving like the sunshine. Okay. So there you go. I was trying to find a remix for that, if in case you're wondering what's happening with your music. I played the wrong one on my sample desk. So that was Corgis. Everyone's got to learn sometimes trying to find a remix, Dave. You would have loved it. But apparently I got the wrong one in my music. Okie dokie, we are moving on, people. We are moving on. Celebrity and community this year is about a community role model, a community activist, warrior, an inspiration for rebellion that recently passed about a month ago. His name is Matthew Chance, otherwise known as Mattoy. And he was well known in the community as a role model. He was always helping out with Glenn Jenkins and the organizational workshop. They're currently in Marsh House, and this guy was a thorough inspiration. I've got a picture of him right here, if you can see that. Okay, this is from the funeral service. That is Matthew Chance. Awesome dude. I was introduced to him by Glenn Jenkins a couple of decades ago. Very cool. Always got something interesting to say. A mischievous guy, nonetheless. Good, great sense of humor. Always helpful. Left behind loads of beautiful people, and was a thoroughly awesome dude, as you could expect. His funeral was pretty cool, and you could see there was genuine love for him in the community, from the amount of people that turned up and what they had to say about him. He did touch and inspire a lot of people, including myself. So my inspiration from Matthew was rebellion, and making sure that if you're going to be a role model, that you do it properly, do it right, and make sure that you don't ever mess up your duties. Do your duty. Matthew Chance was a pretty cool geezer, and what I'm talking about here is not only what he did with the organizational workshop, which is very vast, and anytime there's something coming up, Leon Briggs problem, The Marsh House problem, they're now redeveloping that. The futures problem. Anytime there was incidents with the town's council, on how many levels, I don't know how many different things this guy got involved with to do with the council and the MP and the councillors and MPs and stuff like that. So many letters, so many talks, so many different activism speeches, so many marches attended, so many festivals made. Matthew Chance was there all the time, every single time, and was never giving up and never making these guys think they could get one over on the people, and always doing something in the future for the community. This is a proper role model. If you're going to bring up your kids and they wanted to do something in the community, put Matthew Chance up as a person that they could model themselves on how to do it right. Even Henge Farm. I'm going to miss out. If I start to list, I will miss out. If there was 100 things, I would miss out 70, 90 of them. 70 to 90 of them, and think that I've covered it with 10. You know what I'm saying? I would think, wow, that's 10 things, and there's not. I wouldn't even have scratched the surface of how much this guy has done in the community. He recently died. Cancer took him, and it was a quick thing. By the time he was diagnosed, it was a couple of months later, and he was gone. They were going to try everything, obviously, but it was a ravenous cancer, and it took him. Lots of good. I'm going to put a little bit of this on. Right, so this is what a role model looks like, in the community. Let's try and keep that still as possible. You see him carrying stuff and fixing up stuff, being with family and when you say family, I mean anyone that looks like you and me was his family. Do you see what I mean? There was no one not capable of getting his love and care. So awesome dude. And this particular portion of Celebrity Community is about role models and finding your role model in your community. Now, over in America, we've got this guy called LeBron James, the biggest basketball star, probably the best basketball player we have at this point in time on the planet, and he started his own school. This is a role model that has cussed out the current Prime Minister, number 45, Donald Trump, because Donald Trump thinks he can just swerve and cause divisiveness by calling out sports heroes, sports stars, and saying they should not kneel for the flag. And he doesn't recognize that kneeling for the flag is a protest against police violence and endemic corruption and institutional racism that is continuing in America, unabated, and gets stronger and stronger under Trump because of his rhetoric about calling out players and calling them sons of bitches. And and how would you feel if you're a sports star and your mum heard that? You're a sports star in your community, where black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter, look up to you as a role model and a star, and he says, no, you're against the flag in America because you knelt during the State of Independence when they play the music and salute the flag. So I'm just like, wow, okay, LeBron, you really provoking this guy to do more tweets. And LeBron's like, he's not scared of him at all. And by putting out this school, he's now said to Donald Trump, what are you doing? You're doing things with Russia. You are in court. Robert Mueller's got an investigation out of you because you're corrupt. All the people you work with, you said are the best, they're now going to jail. Everything that you said you're going to do, you've messed it up. Anything that you've attempted already is going awry. The economy is plummeting. It looks good right now, but it's in a bubble. and he's heading for the worst. So he's calling them out, and you're an idiot as well. You're stupid. You're actually stupid. Look what you said then, and this, that, and the other. And he's called them out time and time again. LeBron James does not care about Donald Trump. He does not care. And this is how he's showing Donald Trump that he doesn't care, by starting a school. It's called the I Promise School. And it started in Akron, and this on Monday, I think it was, just Monday just gone. And it's going to, let me read this out for you. It's going to, we identify students who are a year, 2 years behind in their reading. Akron Public Schools liaison to James Foundation. From that, we had more than 120 kids. We had to put a cap on it to fit under one roof. We did a random selection of all students who met with criteria and got to make these awesome phone calls to parents and say, how would you like to be part of something different? The I Promise School. So now it's a free school. They even support the parents. They get buses. If they're over 2 miles away from school, they get a bus, free bus. They get healthcare. They get everything. Basically, is Shangri-La of all school. And it's awesome. And you should see the pictures of this. I beg you to go onto the USA Today website and see the pictures of this school. It's like no other you've ever seen. It looks like an awesome academy you wish you went to. The classroom will hold 20 students for every teacher. 12 teachers have been hired already for 2018 to 19. 43 academic staffers, including the principal, assistant principal, 4 intervention specialists, tutor, English as a second language teacher, music instructor, and gym teacher. IPS is a certified STEM, science, technology, engineering, math school. School day is 9 to 5, and it's from July 30th to May 17th. And there will be a 7-week summer school. Students will be served breakfast, lunch, and snacks daily. So this is awesome. Wow. This is exactly what I want to do. I want to start a free school. I want to start as a specialist school, taking on about 50 people at the start, and then make it swell over the time. If people liked it, we would have made it bigger and bigger. So let me know what you think about role models and in the community, and what you know about the role models that inspired you. The MAABC is Martial Arts Anti-Bullying Campaign. It's a collective, sorry. And the campaign is taught by the collective, which is a set of instructors all over the world. We've now got instructors in Australia, America, and all over the UK. And it's growing by the moment. We're going to do an event in September the 30th on Sunday at Lee Manor Park, where we're going to set a world record for the largest self-defense class, walk-in self-defense class. That means we're going to tell you about it, and then you just turn up, like you just go to an advertised martial arts class. We're hoping to get like 500 plus people. About 2,000 would be a good start for setting the record. That'd be awesome. I don't expect that many to be there, but that'd be brilliant if there were. We're trying to get celebrities involved, and we've got a couple already, a few singers, and we've got a football player coming. I don't know who's doing that, but we've got 48 volunteers already for it, to count people and to give out T-shirts or sell T-shirts on day, whatever we're doing. We are going to raise the awareness of the collective, so parents know which schools are involved in the system. I've written a book called The Warrior's Life, or A Warrior's Life actually, and it's got 52 classes, 52 lessons that I wrote myself, that instructors can teach their students. Now, I used to teach these lessons to the students, the child students, that's 6 years old to 13 years old students, just before they started their class. And parents would drop off their kids and then stay to listen to the life class, then ask me questions as well. Right, this is for the kids. I was doing this. They would sit cross-legged in front of me, and I was not start the class or warm up or anything until I've taken them through a Warrior's Life class. and you know, it'd be for like 20 minutes, and then we'll get on with the class. And they would ask me questions and everything, you know, and it was awesome. And they'll learn things like the buzzwords that we always hear, like honor, discipline, self-esteem, endurance, respect, righteousness, all these kind of things I'll talk on. And then they will get questionnaires every 5 lessons, there'll be a questionnaire. And my students that were coming in, sometimes I'll do the life class at the end of the class. And so the adult students will be coming in, getting ready for warming up, and will be asking questions as well. You know, they'll be listening to the live class and answering questions as well. It was awesome. So anyway, they'll be getting this book that's complete now, and as part, so they can teach it wherever they are. And this is what the collective does. We deal with anti-bullying. So anytime you've got a problem in your school, if you think you're getting bullied from your partner, at work, if you're a student at school, you can phone the hotline, and there'll be someone at the end of the line that will help you and get you started on how to deal with your bully or how to stop bullying. If you know you're doing harm and you don't know why and you need help to stop bullying, we'll help you too. You know, that's how we originally got started, because we wanted to help the bullies stop bullying. You get me? So this is what the Martial Arts Anti-Bullying Collective does. Aaron should know about it now. Aaron's in the chat room and should know about this, because as he is a martial artist, he talks to me, I talk to him, and he's supposed to be backing me up on the day. Dave Hunt as well, he's in the chat room, and also a martial artist, former student, blah blah. And he was like, they all know about the Anti-Bullying Collective, they know about the Warriors Life classes, and what we're trying to do as martial artists is make the instructors the role model in the community, because they are the persons trying to develop themselves to the super strong in mind, body, and warrior spirit, so they can teach others to be super strong. There's a whole adage of the Warriors Workshop, which is my business title of my business. The Warriors Workshop is warriors creating warriors. So that's what we do at the Warriors Workshop. So if you're interested in joining the collective, you can go to www.cdma.uk.com and go to the and find the email address. You can call me as well. The email address is cdma.uk@hotmail.co.uk. That's cdma.uk@hotmail.co.uk. You can answer that application form. You can also catch me online. I'm always online because I run my business online during the day, and when I'm teaching, I go out work normally at night. So you could catch me online and inbox me, ask me any questions you want on any subject you feel I'm involved in or would know an answer to, and get involved. This is what we do in the community as martial artists. We try to make the community stronger. And in times of war, you prepare for peace, and in times of peace, you prepare for war. And when you're getting your students ready for peace, you have to make sure that they have the intellect, the spirit to make sure it never stop finding a way, and you always will continue no matter how stressed out you are or getting, and the body to be able to endure the struggle. So this is what we do in the community as role models, martial artists, and warriors of the community, just like Matthew Chance was. This is what we do. And even though Matthew wasn't a martial artist, he understood the warrior way. He's very interested in martial arts, and you can see where he got his attitude from, because he's very interested in martial arts as well. And he's a Rasta man, and Rasta man don't give up too. They're very strong-minded, strong-willed people, and you know, they have their tool for finding a way always and finding a way through, which is religion and their own philosophy. This is what makes them strong. We have our philosophy, which is from the martial arts, mainly Taoism. But you know, if you want to find out about Taoism, then find out the yin yang symbol. You can find out all kinds of ways how we promote our spirit. We follow martial artists of the past, like Sun Tzu, who's a Chinese general, and Marcus Aurelius. We follow all kinds of philosophers that were martial artists as well as Confucius and Lao Tzu and Chen Tzu. So this is what we do. If you're interested in anything like that, give us a call. And I'm going to play one more tune. And if everyone's cool with what's going on, I'm going to talk about what sparks me off. So anyone in the chat room, let me know what you're interested in talking about, anything we talked about today. Quick summary before I play the tune. Over here, we talked about Venezuela is under attack. Over here, sorry, we talked about Tommy Robinson being released and free speech and what he was put in prison for and what he represents and what he's going to do now he's out and the whole free speech movement and what it means to keep someone like Tommy Robinson in the news and talking. It's like an oxymoron of life. It's weird that you have to follow someone like this who has been giving out this rhetoric for over a decade now. Well over a decade, actually. So, we're talking about over there, talking about the Venezuela is under attack by Trump because Trump is trying to distract from his felonious past. And we're talking about a celebrity community, role models, community warriors. What do they mean to you? How can we get in touch with them? Do you want to be one yourself? Do you think they're helpful? I don't know. What do you want to talk about? So this is Bob Marley, Natural Mystic. This is for my man, Inspiration to Rebellion, Matthew Charts. Matai. Family Matai. Okay, that was Natural Mystic by Bob Marley. That was a little tribute to Matai, our community warrior who died recently, was buried on the 2nd of August. Okay, and the funeral was awesome, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it. I liked what everyone had to say about him. Very generous heart, very generous person, and gave all of himself to the community. That's how I'd like to be remembered. So, what sparks me off? Dave, if you're listening, make a soundbite for me, man. Do a man a solid. Do brother a favor, man. David Hunt, do a man a favor and make me a soundbite to introduce what sparks me off, and I'll play it and tell everyone that you made it up. And yeah, what sparks me off is like Simpsons and all that. Was it Family Guy? I think it's Family Guy. What grinds my gears? What bids my noodle, cranks my crank, that kind of stuff. But this is What Sparks Me Off by Victor S. Evelyn Oren. How you doing? Okay, so, and today, I've been doing this for years, I don't know if, just a little sidebar here, I've been doing this for years. When I was with Tropical FM and I was doing my shows, I was doing BLAPPS Experience on Saturdays at 6 o'clock, and I was doing BLAPPS Talk, which is the more serious side, on at 8 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. And every single show, I must have done 140 shows over a few years. 140 shows. It was going about 3.5, 4 years, and I did it pretty much every week. So at least 140 odd shows. Okay, and I always had something, and every week it was different. What sparks me off? I could tell you something that was get on me nerves, and never, like I said, never repeated once. So I thought I'd keep it going. Right. What sparks me off? People who bring negativity to everything and anything. They've always got something dark to say. They've always got something to bring you down, to try to bring you down. It's up to you if you get brought down by their negativity. I refuse to be brought down. It's black, better living, and positive propaganda system, not negative. We don't deal with the N-word. The N-word, you see what I did there? We don't deal with the N-word, negative, all right? And yeah, today is about negativity. People will bring or try to suck the energy out of everything, and anytime we're getting an idea of what we could be doing, these guys come in and say, yeah, but what's going to happen is blah blah is going to do that, and they are going to destroy this, and those people will stop us, and we won't be able to get that done, and that's not going to work because they've always got something negative, never the positive. Why does it always have to be, everything has to be negative? Why not some things you say are negative, but then say the positive that could come from it? Why can't you do that? Why haven't you got energy for that? Why is it? I hate the word hope. I hate it. People who know me know that I hate the word hope. It's a great name for a lady, a great name for a girl. Amy Ricks's daughter's name Hope. Awesome. She actually got a tattoo on her. And I was okay, that's a nice word. That's a nice name, but I don't like the word and the connotation behind it. Why? Why do I don't like it? I don't like the word hope because I don't like the word pray. I don't like the word faith, belief. I don't like the word let's see. The words let's see. I don't like that whole negativity and unsure. It's like you're relying on others or other things to make surety come, So I'm like, no, it's always down to you. If you don't get off your backside, you will not earn any money to pay for the food that is in the fridge. You will not be able to pay your rent. You will not be able to sort out the problem with your wife, husband, partner, mother, family member, your boss, people in your street, anyone that you're involved with, your pet dog. You will not be able to sort out anything unless you do it your damn self. So unless you get off your backside and do it yourself, no positivity will come. You can't even start talking about what could be until you try something. If you continually see the negative, you won't even try. If you can't see a way forward, that means you haven't tried or failed. It means you haven't tried and you haven't failed. If you don't fail, you cannot learn and then grow. That's how human beings learn anything, is to fail. So hurry up and fail. But to be able to hurry up and fail, you need to try. So if you don't try, that is the failure. You're being negative about what could be. You don't know. You haven't even dipped your toe into the problem yet. So you need to just jump in, maybe plan first, check the depth of the swimming pool you're jumping in, then try. Then get bad marks for the first jump you did, first dive you did. But wind speed, depth is good, feels warm. Now let's go. I'm going to do this tuck above. Yeah, rubbish jump. All right, what did I do wrong? Well, you did that, you didn't tuck, and because you didn't spin fast enough, you didn't get the full. All right, nice one. Try again. Implement the knowledge. Try again. There's a poem out there. What is it called? Who did it? And I play it when I do my ambition development course. My ambition development course. My ambition development course is when I teach people how to develop their careers and their dreams and get their fantasies sorted. Baba Brinkman, that's his name, and he is a scientist who raps as well. So he uses rap to make sure that people understand that you have to fail and then gather knowledge from the failure and then repeat to learn anything about yourself. But if you don't try, you're not going to learn anything about yourself. This is why martial artists are always successful, because we try something, we fail, and then we keep going until we don't know how to fail. We always do success, and we learn from all these failures, and then anything we get involved in, it doesn't matter what it is, we will be successful at it. We will be good at it because we always try. We always try something, okay? But people who have failed to even try something because they've got negativity, that's your failure. That's called ichthyophobia. That is a failure of success. That is fear of success. All right, I've gone over yet again by 4 minutes. I'm trying to keep it to a strong hour, people. So I'm going to say goodbye real quick before I lose control and I spin out. See, I tried to keep it under an hour, but I'm going to learn. Because I keep rattling on, that's what it is. It's because I'm passionate about what I'm talking about, and I don't watch the clock when I'm doing this. Clock's right there. So yeah, I'm going to say goodbye to y'all. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your holiday, Bank Holiday Monday tomorrow. I will go with my family to go on Milton Keynes. I think we're going to a restaurant and we're going bowling. We're going to watch a great film on a 4D. It's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be awesome. Even if it rains, it's going to be awesome. So, because I love the rain, basically. But okay. So I'll say goodbye. Adieu. Be cool. Everybody be cool. You be cool. See you next Sunday at 6 o'clock for BLAPPS Talk. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you have been BLAPPSed. Peace.